Hi everyone, welcome to Kimnall Bay Church's vlog today. Our subject is restoration. So I'm just going to read the Bible passage that we're looking at, and I'll just read what the book says, and then I've just added my own little thought just on the end as well. So reading from Genesis chapter 12 verse 1 to 3, which says, "The Lord had said to Abraham, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." The downward spiral of rebellion in Genesis 3 to 11 is shot through with moments of God's mercy in promising the destruction of the serpent, in providing coverings for Adam and Eve, in giving Cain a protective mark, in saving Noah and his family, in reaffirming God's blessing on creation and humanity after the flood, even against the backdrop of the building of Babel by those who want to make a name for themselves. Judgment is not the last word. God does not reject the nations, but chooses one family for the sake of the nations, to bring blessing to the nations. And God does not leave us to our own devices, and that's seen in his promise to Abraham. It's a threefold promise of restoration: land, descendants, and blessing. The guarantee of people and land shows the inseparability of who we are from where we find ourselves, both still crucial to human identity. Yet even the assurance of a large family and a place for them to live is not the ultimate restoration. God's purpose is to meditate blessing to all peoples on earth, restoring humanity to its original purpose. And so begins the first episode in a long story rooted in a people and place, in which God progressively works out his plan of restoration. It will become clear as the story unfolds that all of human life, even creation itself, is included in its scope. In this way, God's promises to Abraham may be read in conjunction with Genesis 1 as a reaffirmation of his original blessing on men and women. Covenants made between God and his people serve a major milestone in biblical account, but the key that unifies them and undergirds this covenant with Abraham is the principle of promise. As Paul notes in Galatians 3:29, "If you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise." An inexpensive wine glass cracks and is thrown away. A rare vase breaks and is rebuilt piece by piece with precision and care, perhaps over a long period of time until it's made whole again. Some broken things are restored because they're precious, because they are loved. God remains to this day in the restoration business. And I don't know about you, but I'm grateful today that God is indeed in the restoration business. As the writer in the book says, a broken wine glass is thrown away. But thank God he doesn't throw us away, but he lovingly restores us because we are his masterpieces. Abraham, if you read the story of Abraham, then you'll read that he was a man who made mistakes and he tried to bring about God's plan in his own way. And he did things about the wrong way, but God did not give up on him. God lovingly restored him and brought him back to the correct path. And the Bible's full of individuals who the world may have written off, but God was able to use them, and God was able to restore them. And these are characters who, even when they were doing what God wanted to, made mistakes and they slipped up. But God didn't throw them away. He restored them and he continued to mold them. So where are you at today? Do you know Jesus? The greatest work of restoration that God has ever done was sending Jesus to die on the cross for each one of us. And after 3 days, he rose again. And because of this, today we are able to come to God. We're able to ask him to forgive us for all the wrongdoings in our lives. And God will instantly forgive us, and our lives will be restored. This doesn't make us perfect, but God doesn't write us off. He doesn't give up on us. We'll still go on and make mistakes, but the difference is that we're coming before a loving God who forgives us time and time again. And he works with us each day to make us more like Jesus, restoring us to the masterpieces that we are. I'm grateful to God for the work he's doing in my life. I'm grateful that when I mess up, he forgives me, doesn't just throw me away. God forgives me, restores me, and keeps on working in my life. If you don't know Jesus today, why don't you speak to someone who does? Ask them more about this amazing God who does so much for us, who loves us so much, and he considers you a masterpiece. Have a great day, everybody.